Hello and welcome to this video, which will be teaching you how to enter maintenance records for turf surfaces. Once you get logged into the MQS, which once again is racingsurfaces.net, you'll come to your site list. You'll navigate to the dashboard by clicking this green dashboard button. And now we can see all of the surfaces at our site. Now, if we're wanting to enter a maintenance record for the turf track, a really easy way to do so is just make sure turf track is clicked on your surfaces list at the top of your dashboard. Then you can just come down here to maintenance data entry. Perfect. We know we selected turf track because it says it up here. And we're entering for today's date, but if you wanted to change the date you were entering for, just click on this calendar button and you can change from there. Obviously, you cannot enter anything from the future, but you can enter anything from the past. I'll leave it on today's date. I'll come back to this copy data from function. It's just an easy way to copy data from past entries if you want to save a little bit of time. Today, I'll go ahead and say we're entering for a dark day. If I was entering for a race day, then in this next entry here, I would say what day of the meet are we on right now. So, for example, day 1, day 2, day 3. If it was day 3 of the meet, I would put a 3 here. These next two checkboxes are whether or not you had turf works on your surface that day and or if you had divot repair on your surface that day. I'll say yes, we did do divot repair that day. This next entry is just if it was a race day, how many races did you have on your card that day? If I wanted to leave an overall comment for the day, I could leave that here. If I needed more space, then you can come over to the right-hand bottom corner of this line where you have the two diagonal lines. If you hover over that, your cursor should change to 2 arrows. Click and hold and drag that down and you have plenty of space to work with. I'm going to leave that back up. And I'll leave a comment just saying rained in the morning. Great. So this is our overall data for the day. I'll go ahead and press save. And here's where we're going to get into the specifics of which equipment went out. What did we do to the track that day? So for each row will be a separate event. The events as listed are after racing, after turf works. This is all alphabetical. Before race, if we chose before race, then we would say before race number 1, or before race number 2, before race number 3, so on and so forth. Before turf works, during racing, or no event. This is a dark day, so I'm going to go ahead and say no event. I'll choose the time. I'll say we went out at 8 a.m. Piece of equipment, we went out with our aerator, solid tines. We went in the wrong direction. I went across all 5 lanes. I went around once on each lane. And for this next column, I will fill this out because this is directly related to our piece of equipment here. I chose aerator, so this is for an aerator. What depth in inches were our tines set at, and what was the kick percent? And say our depth was 2.5 inches, and we had a 75% kick. That was the settings of our machine. We went 5 miles an hour. I don't have to put anything in mower cut height because I'm not talking about a mower here. I don't have to put anything in this water times minute because we weren't watering, and we didn't add any sand. I could enter something in this comments saying we did inside lanes only, outside lanes only, so on and so forth, whatever individual comments you would feel necessary for that piece of equipment at that time. I don't have anything to put there, so I'll just leave that blank. And after I fill out any row, I'm going to go ahead and up here and say save table. So that way I know that it's saving each one of my lines and I'm not going to lose any data. If my computer were to crash or the browser were to exit out, I know that I'm not going to lose that data. Our next event here, I'm going to go ahead and copy the previous row. This is another shortcut we can do. We can say, yes, I want to copy the previous row. And what that does is just copy every single thing from the previous row. Now I'm going to go in here and change individual items. So at 11 a.m., we went out with our mower, which is up here. I'm going to say we went twice over each lane. I'm going to delete these because this has nothing to do with a mower. We went 3.5 miles per hour with the mower, and we cut it at 5.5 inches. All right. We don't have to say anything about water, nothing about yards of sand added, so on and so forth. Again, once I am done with that next row, I will say update table to make sure we save that. And our next item at 6 p.m. will be no event, and we watered in the evening. So really the only thing I have to fill out for watering is water times minutes. So we watered for 35 minutes at the end of the day. All right, update table, and there we have it. If there's anything else that you all have individual questions about as far as adding pieces of equipment to this list, we can completely customize this list for you all depending on your location and what pieces of equipment you have at your location. You will just need to reach out to an administrator to do that for you. If you have any specific questions about what to enter here, always reach out to your administrator. We are more than happy to help. I am going to press update and update table one more time just to make sure that's all saved. And now I will go back to that copy data from function, but I'm going to start a new entry so that way we don't overwrite what we just did. Let's say we're entering for yesterday, which was the 16th. I'll search just to make sure we don't have anything entered there, and we don't. So I'll go ahead and press add and say the 16th was a dark day. If I were to click in here, I know that April 8th was also a dark day, and it had very similar maintenance to what we had done on the 16th. So I'm just going to copy the data from the 8th, and then we can make individual changes as needed. So if you click in here, it has all of the previous entries prior to the date that you're currently selected on. So everything prior to the 16th will be listed below. I'll go ahead and click on April 8th. Then I will click apply. Are you sure you want to copy the data? Yes, I am. Okay, so now our entire entry looks exactly like the data from April 8th. So I'm going to go ahead and press update and update table just to save everything we have under the 16th. Start with that. Then I'll look up here and see if anything needs to be changed. It doesn't, so I'll leave that the same. Then I'll go down to my table and go line by line, just making sure that everything was the exact same, and if it wasn't, I will change it. So I'm going to go ahead and say, we went actually out at 11 a.m. instead of 12 p.m. with the turf roller. And with watering, we watered for 30 minutes, not 15. Update table to save all of that, and there you go. And that's how quick and easy this can be. One other thing I would like to show you all is as you're going about your days, it can help to have a paper log to write these things down if you needed to save more time or if you were low on help and you needed to get through your day a little bit faster. It can be really helpful to have these paper logs. And these paper logs that I have here are set up to look exactly like the table that is down here. So we have the event, race, time, equipment, rounds or passes, speed, distance from rail, aeration, cut height, water, yard sand added, comments, etc. So if you were to fill this out throughout the day, you could hand this piece of paper to somebody else to type into the MQS for you. You could save it to the end of the day. You could save it for the morning of the next day when you get in. But these paper logs are super helpful to have. Now, these paper logs are not required in any way, shape, or form to be used, but they're just a tool that you all may use to help you out a little bit more. And if you're interested in having one of these, just reach out to one of the RSTL administrators, and we would be happy to send this to you free of charge. If you have any additional questions on how to enter maintenance records for the turf, please reach out to your administrator, and that is all I have for you. Thank you.